Am I the asshole for kicking a person with Tourette's out of my wedding? I, 25F. Recently got married to my wonderful husband, 26M. The wedding was beautiful and we all had a great time, but this situation has left me feeling like an awe. A good friend of mine, Macy, 26F, brought her boyfriend, 29M, as her plus one. She texted me prior to the wedding that her boyfriend has Tourette's syndrome. I was somewhat familiar with the disease but made sure to ask her how it affected her boyfriend specifically and what to expect. She assured me it was not severe and would not disrupt the wedding. I had never met her boyfriend prior to this and believed her when she said it was not going to be a problem. I know most people with Tourette's don't have vocal tics at all and assumed that was the case in this situation based on what Macy told me. Just before the ceremony started, I discovered Macy's boyfriend's Tourette's syndrome was much worse than she let on. He was screaming every few seconds and yelled a lot of offensive curse words and slurs. I was upset by this as I felt Macy purposely misrepresented her boyfriend's situation, so I'd let him come, since she said it wouldn't be disruptive. I would have politely declined had I known that he had severe vocal tics. I told my Mo to ask him to leave. Apparently it turned into a big scene where Macy angrily argued against it and said we were being ableist. Her boyfriend agreed and said he couldn't control it. Security had to get involved and I had both of them removed. Thankfully the wedding went smoothly after that, but now Macy is calling me an awe. Some of our mutual friends agree that I was in the wrong, so I'm here to ask if am I the asshole? Not the asshole. He was screaming every few seconds and yelled a lot of offensive curse words and slurs. This is akin to a baby in church. When baby begins to wail, baby and parent go to the baby room so they don't disrupt the ceremony. BF should have excused himself and discreetly get out of hearing range. He can quietly return when he's no longer ticking. Not the asshole. You trusted your friend but she was completely dishonest when she misrepresented her boyfriend's conditions. You had every right to kick them out for their lack of consideration and disruptiveness. And it's not ableism, it's lack of common decency, in particular your ex-friend. Am I the asshole for being mad at how my family reacted to me announcing I have cancer? I, F21, live with my boyfriend, M23. With a long history of weird symptoms, I found out that I have cancer a month ago. My doctor explained to me that people with my type of cancer have a 40% chance of surviving their next 5 years, which was very upsetting news. I was inconsolable for a few days and stayed home and cried, and my boyfriend was incredibly supportive. I'm still coming to terms with the fact that I may not be alive in the next few years, and have been speaking to a counselor. I live around a 2-hour drive away from my immediate family, so I told them that I have important news I need to give in person, and my boyfriend kindly drove me to their town. It wasn't easy, but I explained to them that I have cancer and my odds of surviving with the treatment. Everyone went silent and had blank looks. Then, after 2 minutes of silence, my older brother's wife, 33F, announces that she's pregnant with their 3rd child, and everyone immediately congratulates her and starts talking about babies and acts as if I hadn't said anything at all. Me and my boyfriend were stunned and decided to leave. I sent the family group chat a message later on and explained that everyone's reaction to my news made me feel uncared about. My older brother responded and said that I'm not the only one affected by my news, and that I should understand that everyone else felt awkward and didn't know what to say. I said that I feel like my sil owes me an apology for announcing her pregnancy right after my cancer announcement. My sil admits that it was weird but said she doesn't think she should apologize because she was trying to lighten the mood. I got too upset to continue the conversation and have been giving my family the silent treatment as everyone is taking SIL's side. My family are saying that I'm being selfish and guilt-tripping them into getting my own way, and that having cancer doesn't mean I get to be treated like royalty. My older brother even made a remark that I'm acting like a typical youngest sibling. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. I came to you for love and support about the fact that this cancer may kill me in the next few years. Instead, there was silence and then a pregnancy announcement. There were no hugs, no encouragement, no love. This isn't about being the youngest child. This was about family. Try sending something like that, hun. Hugs. Not the asshole. I mean, fuck. They didn't even say, I'm sorry you have such terrible news. We love you. What can we do to support you? That is the bare minimum under this circumstances. I'm so sorry. Both that you have this diagnosis, which I hope you beat, and that you have a horrible family. Seriously, fuck them. Am I the asshole for refusing to share financial responsibility with my husband on 50% by 50% basis? I'm married to Mark, 33F, 37M, and we have 3 kids. I have been a SOM and my hubby Mark has been taking care of every expense at home. Recently I got a job and I'm earning 15% of his salary. After I got my paycheck, Mark insisted that we share responsibility on 50-50 basis. The shared expenses are fees for the kids, food, shopping, electricity bills, water bills and children clothes. After the budget estimate was reached, my 50% contribution took 95% of my salary and I'm only left with 5% to pay for my individual expenses. I told Mark there's no way I'm going to contribute equally, whereas he is earning more and I have personal expenses like salon, clothes, fueling car etc. Mark got mad and left home for his Airbnb. Am I the asshole for refusing to share bills on 50% basis? Not the asshole. Mark doesn't understand math. Equity is not 50-50, it's 50% of your income, and 50% of his income. If he literally moved out to an Airbnb, take this as a sign and prepare yourself. Not the asshole. This is financial abuse. You need to each pay a percentage of your income. Otherwise you will always be beholden to your spouse and never able to save a dime. Him leaving to spend the night elsewhere over a fight is a big ol' red flag. Not a good sign. Am I the asshole for not wanting my sister's boyfriend to sleep over? Me, 23M, and my sister, 22F, usually get along pretty well, however we just got into a huge fight. My parents have gone on a trip for a week, they left today leaving me in her home alone, but in 2 days my sister is also leaving with her boyfriend on a trip. About 2 weeks ago she told me that her boyfriend was gonna be sleeping at our house these 2 days before their trip, while our parents are away. This made me a bit uncomfortable, so I told her that he could spend the day with us, but I really didn't feel comfortable with him sleeping over, even though it seems like a relatively serious relationship and her boyfriend seems nice enough. I don't really know him very well. I've met him 2 or 3 times and we just greeted each other. Plus they have been together for only about 4 or 5 months. She got really mad and we fought a bit, but then I had to leave, because I wasn't staying home at the time and my ride was leaving. The next day I texted her saying that it's only 2 days and then they're going away for a week alone, so I would really appreciate it if he didn't sleep over those 2 days. Last week I came back home and we didn't really talk about it, but today I brought it up, asking if he was going to sleep over and she said yes. So we got into a huge fight. The dude is coming over later and I just have to deal with it. Should I have just kept quiet and let him sleep over without saying anything? Am I even entitled to feel uncomfortable about this? Info. Why do you feel uncomfortable with it? You say absolutely nothing about your reasons. Huh? She's going to be sleeping with him, not you. Who appointed you to monitor your sister's love life, and judge of how serious her relationships are? You are the asshole. You are the asshole. You being uncomfortable isn't wrong. You trying to control your sister because you're uncomfortable is wrong. Not the asshole. I was going to say YTA until I read further and discovered that your sister has not told your parents because your parents would say no. She's not acting like an adult at all. She's acting like a child trying to get away with something. Not the asshole. If it makes you uncomfortable having a man you don't really know sleeping in your house, yours as much as it is your sister's, then you get a veto here. She can stay with him if they want to be together. If your sister wants to have her boyfriend over on a regular basis like an adult can, then she needs to move out of mommy and daddy's house.